Well, hopefully this will make Ramonas or Remainers or Rejoiners or whatever you want to call them happy that we actually have left, because it seems like the European Union is making plans, radical plans, to change the treaties that hold its member states together. And guess what? One Brussels insider has raised the alarm, warning that this could lead to a construction of a superstate led by none other than the supposed powerhouse Germany. It's like they organised a European Avengers team and Germany's apparently the Hulk. Jarek Szarez-Wogezaj, the MEP representing Poland's Law and Justice Party, didn't mince his words. He called this plan a massive transfer of powers and a complete change in the community system. And thinking about it, if this was some sort of movie, it would be titled The EU Rise of the Superstate, and picture Guy Verhofstadt as the charmistic villain promising an EU to rule them all. Saryusz-Wolski, speaking for the European Conservatives and Reformist groups, didn't hold back either. He said this plan would centralise the EU into a European superstate beyond democratic control. This is as if they're turning the EU into the Death Star, and Germany's playing the role of Darth Vader, isn't it? And if that wasn't enough, this whole conference was described as dominated by speakers representing a politically biased and centralist perspective. So if this were a reality show, it'd be something like the Extreme Makeover EU edition, with, I don't know, a dash of Big Brother. So expect some heated debates, alliances, and of course, hopefully, some dramatic walkouts. Saryusz-Wolski wasn't thrilled about the lack of transparency in this process either. It's like they're trying to write a mystery novel but only letting a few authors in on the plot twist, and he mentioned that thoroughly substantiated and concrete proposals were thrown out as if they were dirty laundry. But here's the thing, they're even changing the term equality between men and women to gender equality in the EU treaties. It's like they're rewriting history with a thesaurus, isn't it? And therefore it's not just a political drama, it's linguistic acrobatics. And what does all this mean? Well, according to Saryusz-Wolski, it's like they're big fish in the EU pond gobbling up all the little ones. Germany is poised to be the shark, which obviously will be the king of the underwater EU castle. It does make me wonder though if the EU is going to actually try to become a country, and the countries at the minute will become states. I don't think it'll be long before they try to pull that one through. But at the end of the day, every country, and I don't mean the EU when they become one, I mean all proper countries at the moment, should have a right to their own sovereignty, shouldn't they? To make their own decisions and shape their destiny, which of course is why we all voted leave, whether the Ramonas like it or not. And speaking of sovereignty, we have obviously heard rumours in the past that Poland might soon be leaving the EU. Because let's face it, it's going to be like a sinking ship pretty soon, isn't it? Especially if the EU does actually pull this off and becomes like a super state while gobbling up all the other 27 countries' rights. If that does indeed happen, of course. But anyway, the article says that the text was adopted in committee with 19 in favour, 6 against and 1 abstention. The parliamentary vote is expected to take place in November in Strasbourg. Former Belgian Prime Minister Mr Verhofstadt shared a picture of himself and 3 other people commenting, "When times change and war is back on the continent, Europe has to be reformed urgently," behind one shared view on treaty change. Referring to the European Council made up of leaders of the EU 27, he said, "Time for a EU CO to prepare for convention." Well, maybe, just maybe, who knows? The next move might be the one like in this video, where not only will it pee us all off, but they've got no right to do it.